So guys, now let us discuss next that what does it mean when we say that my system is 32-bit system or my system is 64-bit system. Many a times you must have come across this phrase or this saying that, hey, what is your system? Is your system 32-bit system or 64-bit system? Or you must have experienced that while downloading certain software or packages from the internet, you are prompted whether you want to download a particular software for a 32-bit operating system or 64-bit operating system. So now let us discuss in this lecture that what does it actually mean when we say that our system is 32-bit system or my system is 64-bit system. So let us discuss in the context of 32-bit system. Whatever reasoning we apply to a 32-bit system, the same reasoning applies to a 64-bit system. So suppose we have a system which is 32-bit system, it simply means that all processes in execution have theoretically 2 raised to the power 32 virtual addresses in its process virtual address space. So you can see that on the right hand side, I have again drawn the process control block diagram of a process. And this diagram shows the memory layout of a process. Now, as I said that if the system is a 32-bit system, it means that the size of the process virtual address space of a process will be 2 raised to the power 32 bytes. Now, every byte has an address. So it means how many virtual addresses will be there in process virtual address space? There will be 2 raised to the power 32 virtual addresses or logical addresses. So if we assume that the lowest logical address of a process is 0, then the highest logical address would going to be 2 raised to the power 32 minus 1. So addresses are nothing but they are just 32-bit integers which identifies memory locations, right? Now this memory location could be any location in this process virtual address space, starting from the memory location 0 to the highest memory location whose address is 2 raised to the power 32 minus 1. So suppose in your program you print an address of a variable a, right? So basically this statement will going to print the virtual address of a variable a. So virtual address means the address of some byte in this process virtual address space. So I am damn sure that you must have written C program and you must have printed addresses in order to suppose debug your program. So those addresses which you see on the output are actually virtual addresses of variables. Those are not physical addresses, but those are virtual addresses which you are printing on the screen. Now when I say that my system is a 32-bit system, it also means that the size of the data bus is 32 bits and the size of the address bus is 32 bits. So now we will going to discuss next that what does it mean when we say the size of the data bus is 32 bits and the size of the address bus is 32 bits. Now the fact that your system is a 32-bit system also determines that how many bytes your CPU actually read or write into physical memory or virtual memory at a time. Now let us discuss next that what is data bus and address bus and how do they work on a 32-bit system.